Hello, everybody. So recently I created the How to Get Copywriting Clients on Facebook guide, and I thought it would be really great since so many of you have downloaded it, about almost 100 of you now have downloaded this free guide, that I should go ahead and make a video explaining all of the 5 steps. And if you have any questions about it, if you're on the live call, you can go ahead and just ask me and I can answer your questions right here. So here I have the PDF guide open. This is exactly what you get if you go to the landing page and enter your email. I'll go ahead and send you this guide, and it's about 30 pages or so. And there's just 5 simple steps that you can start doing today to be getting clients on Facebook. And it doesn't require you to have a website. You don't need a super fancy tools. You don't need a budget for ads. You don't need to pay for Facebook ads or anything like that. This is just free, organic ways that you can build a relationship and attract quality clients, and get paid copywriting jobs. So this is the exact blueprint that you can use to get a few extra jobs per month, or you can turn it into a full-time thing if that's what you really want to do. You can make $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month, just by following these steps. So this part of the plan doesn't change at all, and this is what I'm about to show you right now. So by the way, I'm Jonathan Cisneros. I'm the guy who wrote this, and I'm the one doing the training on it. And so here's the table of contents. Here are the 5 steps. First, you want to optimize your Facebook profile, and there's a really simple way that you can do that. It's not hard to do. You need to make it look like you're a copywriter, basically. And then step 2 is you need to join Facebook groups where your ideal customers are going to be hanging out. So you want to find the Facebook groups where your clients are hanging out. So be careful not to focus on groups that you like. You want to go to the groups where your clients are going to be. So you got to think about that. But you can join Facebook groups for free. There's a lot of really great groups out there, and I have found more than just a few clients just from participating in the right groups. And so that brings us to step 3, which is contribute. And so when you go to those groups, you're going to be giving value in those groups, and that positions you like a leader and like someone who really knows what they're doing. And so that positions you in the right way so that you can get paid what you want to get paid. And then when people like or comment or they say something nice, about something that you're posting in that group, then you want to go ahead and become friends with them. You want to engage with them. You want to send them a message. Hey, hello, thanks. Thanks for connecting with me. I noticed that you're in such and such group. You just want to basically make a relationship and start a conversation. And then when the time is right, then you will be able to sell and they will be ready to buy. And chances are they will approach you and say, hey, can you do this for me? So you want to be able to turn that relationship into a project. And then finally, you want to stay top of mind so that when future projects come in, start happening, when there's more work coming down, they're going to think of you and hire you. Or sometimes they don't have a project when you meet them, but in a week or a month, they will have a project, and that's how you can stay top of mind. And I included just a bonus step right here, which is how to turn small jobs into big money. And basically what you do there is you have a client, and what you do is you say, hey, I noticed that you need blogs, or I noticed that you need emails on a regular basis. So how about I do this work for you on a regular basis, and you just pay me a set amount every month. You can pay me $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, whatever it is that's valuable enough for them to pay you to do it instead of them doing it themselves, or worse, not doing it at all and then losing business because of that. And then I do have a link here. This is a special link you can use to claim a free coaching call with me. So if you're interested in really getting copywriting clients fast and making something out of your career as a freelancer, and you really want to build like a real business, not just a little side hustle, then go ahead and click that button there and enter the best time to work with me. So I have certain times in my calendar that are open. Just pick the best time for you, and then I can give you basically a free 15, 30-minute coaching call where we kind of see where you're at, and I can kind of see if this is something that I can help you with, and otherwise other kind of resources that you can use to become a professional copywriter and have a real business for yourself. So, but it's kind of funny. So I call the group "How to Get Copywriting Clients," but get isn't really the best word. Really, what you want to do is you want to attract clients to you. So going out there and like going out into the jungle, like you're hunting some creature or some armadillo or some lion or something, hunting makes things run away from you. So if you're going out there and presenting yourself a certain way, clients are going to run away from you. What you want to do instead is make yourself very, very attractive so that clients come to you, and the energy is totally different when you're seen as someone who can help them with their problem, someone who is a leader, someone who is trustworthy, someone who is a professional. They will come to you and they will be ready to have a conversation that involves them giving you money to do something for them. So instead of getting clients, what we really want to be doing is attracting clients. And this video is going to show you how to do that. And that brings us to the first step, which is you want to optimize your profile. So how do we optimize our Facebook profile? This is the very first step because it's important. Because the first impression that people have of you is going to be what you show them. And so when you're participating in Facebook groups and things like this, people are going to click your profile and they're going to go over and they're going to see right away if you're somebody who they want to be working with or not. So if you have a bunch of pictures of you partying or a bunch of pictures of, memes and, funny videos and music videos and basketball and all of this random stuff that does not have anything to do with you being a copywriter, then they're going to say, oh, yeah, this is not someone to take seriously. The other thing is you want to have a Facebook profile picture that is of your face. You don't want it to be a picture of an avatar or a cartoon character. You want it to be your face because on Facebook, people are on Facebook to be social. They want to connect with other people. And so what you can do is get a business casual photo taken of yourself and look semi-professional, have a collared shirt, and make sure that the picture is in focus. So a focused picture on your face. Look decent, look presentable, look how you want people to think of you when they're thinking about if they want to give you money to do copywriting for them. So that's how you optimize your profile. And if you want more details about that, you can look into the guide that I have here, because I kind of want to get through this kind of quickly. So step 2 is you want to join Facebook groups. And the Facebook groups that you want to join are the ones where your clients are going to be hanging out. So maybe you're a freelancer. You don't really want to be hanging out in the freelancer groups to find clients. You're going to find other freelancers in the freelancer groups. So think about this from your client's perspective. Let's say you really like yoga and you want to write for yoga topics. Well, what you want to do is go to those Facebook groups that are started by business owners, or those Facebook groups about yoga that have to do with marketing a yoga business. That way you can be hanging out in those Facebook groups where a bunch of your business owners and your potential clients are going to be. You can post valuable stuff in that Facebook group, and people will see your profile. They'll be like, "Hey, who's that?" They're going to read your comments. They're going to get to know you because they're going to see you regularly in the group. They're going to click your profile, and then they're going to see, "Oh, this is a copywriter who specializes in yoga. I actually maybe I could use a writer for that." And they might introduce themselves to you, and you want to start that conversation because maybe they really would like to have somebody writing for them, but they don't know how to start or what to do. If you can approach them in that situation, then they'll be a lot more open to having a conversation about how you can do work for them. Right, and so I mentioned this already, but in these groups, it brings us to step 3. We want to contribute in the groups. So how do you contribute in a Facebook group? Well, you want to know what the Facebook group is about, and you don't want to just immediately join the group and then send links to your website page. You don't want to spam the group with unsolicited offers to do work. That just makes you look desperate, and it's not the good positioning because it's annoying to the members of that Facebook group. So what will happen is the admins, people who run that group, they're going to be like, hey, this isn't what the group is about. I want to keep the group quality high, so I'm going to delete that person and I'm going to block them from the Facebook group. So that's what you do not want to happen. What you want to do is look at the description of the group. What is this Facebook group about, and what do they want to talk about? And then in that group, post about those topics. Post about the things that the Facebook group is about, and then add a little bit of, let's say spice that has to do with how, if you're a copywriter, how you would approach that problem, or how content could help a business owner solve that problem. Or just if somebody has a question and you know the answer, just answer that question. Just if somebody asks for some kind of software that does something. Oh, I know about Calendly. Calendly. You can use Calendly if you need to book a call. Or oh, you can use this WordPress theme because I noticed you're trying to do, something like that. So just being helpful is also contributing, and it's going to get you noticed in the group because Facebook notices when people engage with you. And when they engage with you, it's going to show those people more of your stuff. And so that's why it's really important to be helpful and for people to be paying attention to you. You want to be seen as somebody who's helpful, who's worth listening to because they know what they're talking about. And so let's say you post in a Facebook group and they like what you're posting and they post a comment. Well, what you can do is, like that comment on the thing that they commented on, click over to their Facebook profile and then add them as a friend. And then when they accept your friend request, then you can say, "Hey, great. Thanks for connecting with me. How's business?" or "How's yoga?" or "I noticed you're in that yoga group." Or if you don't know what to say, go to their Facebook profile, look at their Facebook profile, and find some sort of personal connection. Maybe they like the same baseball team as you, or they're from the same town where you were born, or something like that. Just find something real, something personal to connect with them about, and just say hello. You don't even want to sell them at this point. You're just engaging with them and starting a positive interaction so that they associate you with someone who's a real person, not someone who's just like a spam robot or someone who's just really self-promotional. You want to have a real person-to-person connection. And then ask them about their business. They're probably going to mention it to you anyway because anybody who's a business owner is always thinking about their business, right? And so just be friendly. It might not happen on the first conversation. It might happen later on. But the point is you would just want to keep in touch with lots of different people who are your potential client, and when the moment comes, then they will approach you about doing some kind of work for them. Otherwise, you can ask them, "Hey, how's business?" And they'll say, "Oh, business is great." Or they might say, "Oh, it's great, but it's not really so good. Maybe I need help with something," right? And then you can offer to hop on a quick phone call with them. And when you hop on a quick phone call, you sort of want to start all over. You want to say, "Hey, it's so great to finally talk to you. We've been sending each other messages and comments, and I've seen you online. But meeting in person or talking on the phone is cool too. It's something new, right?" And they'll be like, "Oh yeah, great. Yeah, I see your posts too." And then you say, "Okay, great. Well, I noticed that you talked about X thing, X problem, X issue that you were having." They'll be like, "Oh yeah." And so they'll tell you about it, and you can say, "Well, tell me more about it." And then you can ask them, "Well, why did you want to ask me, or why did you want to talk to me about it?" And they might mention, "Oh, well, I noticed that you know about websites, or you know about advertising, or something like that." And then you say, "Okay, great. So it sounds like your problem is this one thing." And they'll say, "Oh yeah, this is my problem." And then okay, cool. So you're making sure that you understand what their problem is. They might say, "No, actually, well, my problem is this other detail." Oh, okay. So then you're getting very clear so that they feel like you understand their problem. And so now you're like someone who's helping them solve that problem, because just being able to identify the problem, that's very helpful too, because maybe they weren't sure what the problem is. But then what you can say is, okay, so you have this problem. Well, I have a couple of ways that I can help you with that problem. Would you like to know what they are? And, oh yeah, yeah, please tell me. Okay, great. Well, here's what I can do. I can do X, Y, and Z for you. I can, I could write those blogs for you that you're asking for. I can do 5 blogs for you. Oh, okay, cool. Well, 5 blogs, are they going to be long? Are they going to be short? Do you need me to send you a lot of information? Based on the way that you work, you can tell them, how it is that it needs to be if they're going to work with you. And then they say, okay, cool. So you come to an agreement, and they're like, yeah, that sounds like something that I would like you to do for me. Okay, great. So it's going to cost $100 or $1,000 or $10,000 or whatever the number is. Practice saying the number if you're not used to asking for money. Practice saying, hey, that's going to be $10,000. Just practice saying it so you feel comfortable with it. And just tell them the price, and then just be quiet and see what they tell you. Yeah, that sounds good. Or they might say, well, maybe you could do 15 articles instead of 10 articles. And then you can say, oh, okay, well, if you want 15, well, it's going to go from 1,000 to 1,500, and then I can do 15 for you. Does that sound good? And they'll say, yeah, or they might say, no, actually, let's just leave it at 10, so that it's at $1,000. Ah, okay, good. So you're making sure you're setting the parameters, you're setting the framework for how much it's going to cost for exactly the work that you're going to produce. And if they're not sure, or if they have a question about it, you can just talk about it right then and there on that phone call. Okay? And so that's how that's how you sell them the product. And then they can send you the money on Facebook, or you can send them a PayPal link, or you can send them a link to a FreshBooks invoice, whatever service you use to process your payment. Right? And then finally, maybe you're never going to have that conversation, or it's going to take a very long time having that sales conversation with a potential client. Sometimes this can take weeks, this can take months sometimes, because some people are going to want to buy now, but the majority of people are going to take, a month, maybe 5 months, maybe 6 months before they ever buy something from you. And the other people, they're just never going to buy from you. And that doesn't really matter that much. You just follow these steps and everything is going to work out. Because by engaging with each other and being friendly and interacting with each other's Facebook posts and Facebook comments and Facebook group posts and things like that, that the algorithm is going to suggest your stuff to them. And when the time is right, they're going to want to buy from you. They're going to get in contact. And that's how you stay top of mind, is by being friendly and social. You're telling Facebook that you want it to bring you these type of people, and these type of people are also going to want to engage with you. Okay, and finally, what you can do is turn these smaller jobs into bigger projects, that have a package, that have a scope, and then you can just agree to do 10 blogs per month for this amount of money, and every month I'm going to write that many blogs for you. Great. And as long as you do a good service, then you're not going to have to be looking for clients all the time. You can have 2 or 3 regular ongoing clients. And you might think that you need a lot of writing clients to have a full-time living. Actually, no, you only really need maybe 2 or 3, maybe 5 decent clients. And that's going to be enough so that you can live, and on a daily basis. And so I have a lot of other stuff in here, but what I suggest is you read this guide, maybe rewatch this video, and if you're really interested in getting some help, you really want to make a full-time living as a freelance copywriter, and you're able to invest a bit of money into your development. You don't want to waste time and effort doing it the wrong way, the way that I did. I had to learn the hard way. You can go ahead and click the link that's in here and get a free coaching call with me. I'm just going to see where you're at and see where in the process you are, and I'm going to suggest a couple of things so that you can get some progress right away. Alright, so thanks for watching. If you watched this whole video, if you have any questions or any comments or anything like that, just comment on this video, and I look forward to checking you out, seeing you in the group, interacting with you there, and of course, if you're on my email list, go ahead and you can reply to any of those emails and just ask me a question. I'm happy to read what you have to say, and I'm a real person, so yeah, so thanks so much. And if you know any other freelance copywriters, people who want to make a living on a freelance basis, then just go ahead and shoot them a link to this group, because that would be really cool to be surrounded by people who are all on the same goal, on the same mission. Alright, thanks so much. This has been Jonathan Cisneros for How to Get Copywriting Clients. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.